Hi everyone, and welcome to Rum Runner Dan, the first episode of our YouTube channel. I'm your host, Dan Genovese, and today I'm going to be making for you a tiki drink. And not just any tiki drink, probably arguably the most iconic and as well as one of the most controversial of the tiki drinks that first emerged. This one is the Mai Tai. So the Mai Tai was originally created back in the 1940s by Trader Vic Bergeron. And this happened after he evolved his Oakland bar, Hinky Dinks, into Trader Vic's. According to him, actually took all these ingredients, 17-year-old Ray and nephew, grabbed some Marja, grabbed some lime juice, and grabbed some curacao, poured it all inside of a cup, mixed it up, and then gave it to his friends where they actually said Mai Tai, which is Tahitian for the best or the greatest. So that's where the name comes from. However, one of the other legendary tiki greats, Don the Beachcomber, also known as Ernest Raymond Beaumont Gant, said that Vic ripped it off from his QB cooler. Now, while you look at both of the drinks, the flavors when you taste them both are similar. However, Vic was able to accomplish the same flavor with far, far less ingredients than the Beachcomber actually did. So, in that regard, he basically created his own drink, and everyone wholly now agrees that it is a Trader Vic drink. So that's why I picked it for this first episode here, because I think it actually shows the best of both worlds when we're looking at craft cocktail drinks that highlight the spirit but accentuate it with other flavors. This drink also does that. The recipe that I'm going to be sharing with you today comes courtesy of Martin and Rebecca's great book, Smuggler's Cove. All right. If you don't have a copy of this and you're interested in tiki and you want to start to get into it yourself, but you don't know really where to start right here. You can get this off of Amazon. It's relatively inexpensive. Or if you want to go and support Smuggler's Cove, as we're trying to get all of our viewers to support local bars and restaurants right now, you can go onto their website and order the book from them directly, and then you know all the proceeds go directly to them. Whichever way is easier for you, as long as you get the book and use it. First thing to note is I'm using a drink mixer in order to create this drink. This is the Hamilton Beach Professional Series one, so this is like the step down from the really awesome ones that they have inside of most tiki bars. So the way that we actually structure this drink, and the way I'm going to tell you, is we're going to go from the least expensive ingredient to the most expensive. The reason for that is if you screw up along the way and you have to dump it out, you're not dumping out the most expensive thing, which is your spirits. Starting with lime juice, I measure out 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. And we're going to add that into the drink mixer. Now, next thing we're going to do is rich Demerara syrup. This is made with Demerara sugar or turbinado sugar at a 2-to-1 ratio, which is what makes it rich. So twice as much sugar to water. We're going to do 1/4 ounce of that. Next one we're going to do is a homemade almond syrup, which is known as orgeat. If you like tiki drinks or getting into tiki drinks, this is like a staple. It's in so many drinks. You don't want to go through the trouble of making it. You can go ahead and buy it from online. Just get it from a good company. 1/4 ounce of the orgeat. Okay. Next thing that we're going to have here is dry curacao. So dry curacao is essentially, and this is Pierre and Fernand's dry curacao. I like theirs particularly well. Dave Wonderidge helped them with this, so can't go wrong with Dave Wonderidge. So you're going to do 1/2 ounce of dry curacao. Okay. Now, last thing that we're going to put in here is the rum. It's Denison's 8-year. It's also known as Merchant Reserve. If you can get your hands on this in the store, it's not extremely expensive bottle of rum. It is my go-to for Mai Tais. I've had tons of different other variations, like this one the best. It actually pulls together what was Trader Vic's third iteration, or what we believe to be his closest third iteration of the Mai Tai. So he started with the 17-year until he couldn't get it. Then he went to the 15-year Wray and Nephew until that couldn't be found anymore. And then he started to mix rums to get the flavor. What he ended up with was a Jamaican pot stilled rum mixed with a Martinique rum. But the Martinique rum that he used was your normal molasses-based Martinique rum. Currently, there's only one producer of it in Martinique, and Denison gets that traditional molasses-based rum and the Jamaican rum and puts them together. Otherwise, if you look on Mai Tai recipes online, they normally call for an aged Martinique rum agricole, or AOC. That is the one that's made from the fresh pressed cane juice, which is fantastic. You're gonna have a great drink if you can get this. I recommend this one first. So we're gonna use 2 ounces of this guy in here. All right. Now, when it comes to ice inside of here, we put pretty much most of the ice in here. So when it comes to tiki drinks, be really careful with the ice and always use the ice that they call for when you're mixing the drink. This one calls for 12 ounces, so that's what I'm going to be using here. This is crushed ice that I'm also using. I have my own ice crusher. If you don't have an ice crusher, it's fine, you can crush your own. Then I'm going to take some whole ice cubes. These ice cubes are just regular ones that come out of my ice maker or my freezer. Just want to crack them up until you get them into about 4 pieces. So 2 or 3 of those ice cubes cracked up would be perfect. Then we're going to put it into our drink mixer here, and we're going to do what's known as a flash blend for 4 seconds. All right, there we go. And now we are going to pour that into our glass. The glass that I'm using here is a double old-fashioned glass. You can also use a tiki mug if you like. It's traditionally served in a double old-fashioned. This one comes from Trader Vic's. You can order it on their website. Help support another great bar and restaurant. Now, with this, you notice a little bit of foam that came out of there. That's a really great thing with the drink mixer. It aerates the drink so well without pulverizing all the ice. So you get the speed of a blender without the ice pulverizing slushy effect. So I like to top mine off with a little bit more crushed ice than that, because I like to get that wash line up just a touch higher. Okay. Now what we're going to do is garnish our drink. The first thing that we're going to use is we're going to float a spent lime shell, one of the ones that we used to juice our wine before. We're going to drop that in there. And then I'm going to grab from my little trusty herb saver here a little bit of mint that I've already washed. Give it a little whack. And then we're going to tuck that in real nice right next to it. It's supposed to look like a palm tree coming out of an island. Next thing we're going to do is going to grab a straw here. I'm going to grab one of these nice straws that I got here from Surfside Sips. That is the classic Mai Tai. Let's give it a taste. Oh gosh, yeah. Oh, hang it. Oh. I mean, it's a fantastic drink. It embodies tiki in a glass. Tiki is really about escapism, is to get away from the world around us. And looking at the world that we're in right now with COVID-19, I mean, who couldn't use a tiki drink right now? All right, but the flavor of the drink, let's start off with some tasting notes here. The first thing that you're really getting is you're getting the rum flavor, which is exactly what you want. You're picking up and you're really getting those Jamaican Hugo notes, and that comes through from the Jamaican pot stilled rum and the Denison rum that we have here. Good Mai Tai will always be a little nutty in its flavor, and that means that you have a really good orgeat that you're bringing in there. And I love the sweetness that comes in from a combination of the orgeat and then as well as the rich Demerara syrup. And then you have this sharpness of the lime that just cuts right through all that sweetness and helps bring back at the end of it really, really good rum flavors through it. So you get rum on the front and then rum at the end, and it's just a fantastic drink. If you are not a big fan of tiki but love craft cocktails, I encourage you to try this. Also, just so you guys know, if you don't have a drink mixer at home and you don't want to go out and spend the money on just a drink mixer for making tiki drinks, don't worry. Look in the notes below of the video and I'll put there how you can make it with a shaker that you have at your house too. It'll come out tasting just great. Please like and subscribe and follow me and turn on those notifications as well. I'll be coming out with a lot more videos. The videos are going to be focused not just on tiki, they're going to be around classic cocktails as well as some original drinks made by me. So until next time everyone, Akole Maluna.